Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about this MHPOWOS 200 amp hour LiFePO4 house battery. In this video, I'm going to give you the dimensions, I'm going to talk about the weight, I'm going to talk about the warranty, and I'm going to kind of show you again why I picked this one out of all the options out there for a 200 amp hour battery to make part of my build in my overlanding vehicle. So if you want to learn more about the MHPOWOS 200 amp hour LiFePO4 battery, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, I got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, guys, so as I mentioned in the intro, today I'm talking about this MHPOWOS LiFePO4 200 amp hour battery. Now, there are quite a few options for these, but these guys have some really nice prices. But as I mentioned, they generally have discount codes on their website. Check the description down below. If I've got one, I will also put it in there for you. So let's just kind of walk through the features of this thing. Again, if you are looking for something to make a house battery out of, and by house battery, I mean a battery that you can use to run accessories on an overlanding trip, things like a refrigerator or a diesel heater or different things like that that require electricity if you need to charge a bunch of things. My rooftop tent has an Anderson plug that I'm running off of my house battery all the time, so that powers lights and recharges my phone and things like that up in the tent. My lights run off of my house battery. That is what something like this is for. This is not a starter battery, right? So you're going to use this to literally run accessories and essentially charge things and then recharge the battery. So it's a big capacity holding tank for power to run all of your accessories. So as far as this one goes, let's just start with the basics. This thing is about 21 inches long. It's about 8.2 inches thick, and it's about 8.4 inches tall. So you want to keep those dimensions in mind when you are planning your power system, right? Because my bed of my truck is about 48 inches across. This thing is almost half that length, right? So this thing's going to take up some significant room. So if you need this kind of power, if you run a refrigerator, kind of 24/7, if you run a diesel heater in the winter, if you have a lot of charging needs and power needs, if you have an inverter, this kind of capacity is a pretty solid amount to have for most overlanding setups or camping setups. As far as the weight, it weighs about 46-ish pounds. So again, it's not super light. This is a good amount of weight that you're going to have to carry in your vehicle. So just be aware of that. But if you have 200 amp hours in just this one battery in this sort of rectangular setup, this will fit behind a seat of an SUV. This will again fit, in the back of your truck. If you had a cap set up, you could enclose it. That's kind of my plan for this thing. I'm waiting on my cap to come so that I can enclose this entire back area. And then I'm going to use this plus my other 200 amp hour to basically double my capacity up to 400 amp hours. And the reason for that is because I'm doing things like charging an e-bike off of AC power through an inverter. And that takes a ton of power. I've got chainsaw batteries that I have to keep charged. So I have a ton of power needs, all my camera gear, my drone, that sort of stuff, a ton of things that run off AC. I have a Starlink. So if you have a bunch of accessories, more capacity is always better than less. But again, this 200 is really solid for most overlanding setups. So they do give you an 18-month warranty. So if something were to happen in the first year and a half of running this, which, you could probably get a lot of use out of that in that time, then you could reach out to them and you could get a replacement, or you could talk to them about how to take care of you if something were to happen to it. You've got these handles on the side, which you're not going to use too much. They're just kind of par for the course, just these ropes with these plastic handles, but they work well and they make it easy to transport this thing. You could also use these to tie this down. So you could use some sort of like lashing straps or a D-ring or something like that and attach this if you wanted to in the bed of your truck or behind your SUV. Now, as far as the posts go, these are removable. So they've just got a big Phillips head on top. So you can put as many accessories on here as you want. Typically what you'll do is you'd run this through like some sort of a controller, like a Red Arc or a Renogy or something like that. And then you could charge it off of, things like solar. So I've got a solar panel up there on top of my truck that keeps my stuff topped off. Sometimes, depending on the power monitor that you're using, you can run it off of alternator power. So when your truck's running, it could be charging the battery as well. Sometimes you can do shore power. I actually have the option on mine to do shore power, just to plug it into my wall, and then my controller will put power back into the battery. So that all depends on your controller, which is separate from the battery itself. But this thing will take all of it, and it does have built-in battery management system that will protect you against overcharge, over discharge, kind of all of your standard things. It's going to make sure that it protects the battery and keeps it in tip-top shape so that it lasts as long as possible. So as far as how long it lasts, these things will go for about 4,000 to 15,000 cycles. That kind of depends on the state of charge, how far you're discharging it. I kind of keep mine running all the time, usually running something like a refrigerator and some accessories. So I've got a little bit of power kind of trickling in and out, and then the solar topping it off all the time. So I'm probably on the higher side of the cycles because I don't run it down as deep every time. All right, guys, so that will do it for the MHPOWOS 200 amp hour LiFePO4 battery. As you saw, this thing can run for a really long time, about 10 years, 15,000 cycles. It has an 18-month warranty, which is pretty nice, so you can use this thing for quite a while, and if anything happens, you can just reach back out and they will take care of you. It's got a relatively standardized sort of form factor, so the width and the diameter are about 21 inches long, about 8.2 inches deep, and about 8.4 inches high. Just make sure that you've got room for that in your vehicle, because as you can see, compared to the back of my truck, this thing's pretty large. A 200 amp hour is a really, really solid entry if you are just looking to run a diesel heater or a fridge, or sort of the normal overlanding gear that you might see people running or that you might want to run in your setup. 100 amp hours is usually sufficient. They do have 100 amp hour options as well. I'll put links in the description below to kind of all their different options, or the main ones that I would recommend, which would be probably a 100 or a 200 amp hour. If you wanted tons and tons of capacity rather than running two 200s like I'm going to do, I believe that they have some 460s. So there are some larger form factor batteries as well that you can get just one single battery, but they're pretty big. So again, I hope that was helpful for you, gave you some ideas for how to use this thing. Links in the description down below if you want to learn more about it or if you want to get one for yourself. As always, there will be links in the description below to all my social channels, so wherever you want to come hang out, we'd love to have you. There will also be a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers, things like "Don't burn your wiener" and "It's a hot dog," or "I hate people so I camp." So super high quality patches and stickers, pretty reasonably priced, so definitely check those out as well. Also below this video will be a join button. That's just kind of a passive way to support the channel and gives you early access to the videos and some other perks. So check that out if you're interested in that. Or if you want a more involved way to be a part of all things overlanding, there's also a link to my Patreon group. Now, we've got over 20 people in this group now. It's a ton of fun. We just went on a trip to Land Between the Lakes in Kentucky, which ended up being quite an adventure. There was a tornado that came through and a bunch of downed trees, and we had to cut our way out with chainsaws. It was actually a ton of fun. We also do a once-a-month Zoom call, and we have a 24/7 Discord where we all just kind of chat about our rigs and our gear. So if that sounds good to you, check out the Patreon link below. Then, of course, there will also be a link to my Facebook group that I run called Newbie Overlanders. If you're newer to overlanding, or if you're experienced and just kind of tired of the bigger groups, this is a great group where we all just try and actually talk about overlanding. There's not a ton of self-promotion allowed. There's no bullying allowed. So it's just a great, positive environment to learn about overlanding or to help other people get into overlanding. So if that sounds good, check out Newbie Overlanders. But again, check this battery out through the link in the description down below. But I hope that was helpful. If it was, click that like button and drop a comment below with your thoughts or any questions that you've got, and we'll see you next time.